Welcome to season 18 and welcome to our family.
I'm so happy to be part of the family.
That was a piece of your heart on the table. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it was fun to do that.
You're great at what you do as far as creativity goes, but we love your heart. We love the heart that you throw into your projects and the meaning behind what you do and how you do it. Introduce us to your real family. Tell us a little bit about that.
My real family, my husband's here. He might be one of only two that are sitting in the audience.
What a brave guy. What a brave guy.
And we've been married 28 years. And life is an adventure with him, always an adventure, and really fun. We have two daughters. They're 5 years apart. So I have a daughter who is 26. She gave me my first grandchild, so right now she's my favorite child. But and then I have a daughter who is 21, who is an equestrian, and my daughter that's just had the baby is a nurse. She's a baby nurse. Why am I dropping? I'm a little nervous.
You know what? We all are riding those energy waves. She's a pediatric nurse.
Yes.
So yes. She a lot to be proud of in those girls.
Yes.
And is it Matt, your husband?
Matt's my husband.
He's here. Matt, give us a wave. Proud husband, brave guy in the middle of all these women. Michelle, you mentioned in the interview about bringing people together around the table.
Yeah.
Why does that bring you such joy?
Because being with people brings me joy. And you know, if you want to gather people, feed them, right? So I guess that ends up being the place, right?
Yeah.
Is around the table. And, but I think it's natural in me, it's just an innate thing that I'm an extrovert. People give me energy.
Yes.
And I love to connect people. I love to connect with people, and I love to connect people with each other.
When we think about people around that big, beautiful table, I love that you say make the space and they will come, make the food and they'll come too.
Right.
We also want to make them stay. We want them to linger, even if it's just an everyday Sunday dinner. We can pull out the games, which you do,
right.
But you've got a couple of other ideas of how
right.
you can get people to hang around.
Especially teenagers and young adults too, but you know, sometimes teenagers are a little harder to get to hang out with the adults.
What can we do?
Want them to hang out with us.
Yeah, what can we do?
So I have some things in my home. We have kind of that big table, and there's also a little nook right there. And that's kind of the game place. And I've set it up very intentionally, designed it very intentionally so people would come. And so all of the accessories in that area are games and things that people are drawn to and will sit and do.
You've got a box of sand. Is this just to play with and feel and touch?
Yes. Okay, so sand is super therapeutic. I've actually looked this up and researched it, and it relaxes us. And so when people they won't say, yeah, I want to come and sit at your table, and especially teenagers, and I just want to talk to you. But they'll come and they'll start playing with the sand.
The kinetic sand, yeah.
And the kinetic is the best because it's least messy, by the way.
Thank you.
And then also because it forms, and so people will start putting their hands in. And so often come into that room and there'll be a whole group of people sitting around, and they're all just chatting and talking, but they're all doing this. They're all playing with the sand. So it's a gathering thing.
You like to have acrylic jars of buildables, things they can do to keep those hands
like
busy.
These magnetic jar things, same concept. Exact same concept. When people have something that they can do absent-mindedly, they will stay longer, and they'll just tend to start to open up. They'll start to talk. They'll start to share. Yeah. And that's the purpose of this. And then I have the jar of playing cards, because if the cards aren't out, if you say, oh, does everybody want to play cards? It's kind of like, oh, I don't know. The cards are there on the table. It's kind of like if you have veggies for kids. If you say, do you want veggies to eat? They're going to say, no, not really. But if they're cut up and they're sitting on the counter, they're going to eat them. It's the same concept.
I like that you just compared a deck of playing cards to broccoli. Very good. 30 seconds left. A coloring station. I wouldn't think of this for older kids.
For adults. Adults will sit in that little nook and color, and whether they're just sitting and chatting, and it gives them something to do while they're chatting, because sometimes we feel like we have to be doing stuff, especially adults. We feel like we have to be doing all the time.
You have to be busy.
Be doing something while they're coloring.
Well, we are so excited to learn from you, to glean from you, to become a gatherer just like you are. Michelle Crowley, everybody, our new Studio 5 creative contributor. Welcome.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you.
I'm
so
very
glad
happy to be here.